If you are listening to this right now, I want you to understand something that can change the direction of your entire life. Success is not reserved for a special group of people. It is not reserved for the lucky, the gifted, the wealthy, or the well-connected. Success belongs to those who decide to take responsibility for their lives and then act on that decision every single day. Most people spend years waiting for the perfect moment. They wait for more confidence, more money, more support, more knowledge, or more certainty. But the truth is that the perfect moment never arrives. The people you admire are not successful because they had fewer fears than you. They are successful because they moved forward despite those fears. They understood that action creates clarity. Action creates confidence, action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. The first principle you must accept is that your life changes the moment you stop blaming circumstances and start taking ownership of your future. The day you realize that you are responsible for your choices, your habits, your mindset, and your actions is the day your power returns. As long as you believe that someone else controls your destiny, you will remain stuck. But the moment you decide that your future is in your hands, everything begins to change. Think about where you are today. Every result in your life is connected to the decisions you made repeatedly over time. Your income, your health, your confidence, your relationships, your skills, and your achievements are all influenced by daily choices. This is not meant to make you feel guilty. It is meant to make you feel powerful. Because if your choices created your current reality, then new choices can create a new future. The most successful people in the world understand this simple truth. They do not spend their energy complaining about what happened yesterday. They focus on what they can do today. They ask themselves, what is the next action that moves me closer to my goal? And then they do it. Success is not a mystery. Success leaves clues. Success follows principles. Success follows consistent behavior. Every great achievement begins with a decision. A decision is powerful because it marks the moment you stop wishing and start committing. Many people say they want success, but very few commit to the process required to achieve it. They want the reward without the discipline. They want the outcome without the effort. They want the destination without the journey. But life does not work that way. Every meaningful achievement requires commitment. It requires patience. It requires persistence. And most importantly, it requires faith in yourself, even when results are not immediately visible. There will be days when you work hard and see no progress. There will be days when you question yourself. There will be days when you feel like quitting. Those are the days that separate dreamers from achievers. Because success is not built on the days when you feel motivated. Success is built on the days when you do the work anyway. Anyone can move forward when they feel inspired. Champions move forward when they do not feel inspired. Winners understand that feelings are temporary, but commitment is permanent. If you want extraordinary results, you must learn to act regardless of how you feel. One of the biggest reasons people fail is because they underestimate the power of small actions. They believe success comes from one big breakthrough. They imagine that one day everything will suddenly change. But in reality, success is usually the result of small actions repeated consistently over time. A single workout may not transform your body, but hundreds of workouts will. One day of studying may not make you an expert, but years of learning will. One positive decision may not change your life instantly, but thousands of positive decisions will create a completely different future. Never underestimate the value of small progress. Small progress compounds. Small wins build confidence. Small actions create momentum, and momentum is one of the most powerful forces in human achievement. Every successful person started somewhere.
Every expert was once a beginner. Every champion was once unknown. Every leader was once inexperienced. The difference is that they started before they felt ready. They understood that growth happens through action.
Confidence is not something you wait for. Confidence is something you build. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. Every time you follow through on your commitments, your confidence increases. Every time you overcome a challenge, you become stronger. Confidence is earned through evidence. The evidence comes from action. That is why you must stop waiting for confidence and start creating it. The next principle is clarity. Most people struggle because they do not know exactly what they want. They have vague goals. They have unclear dreams. They say they want success, but what does success mean? They say they want happiness, but what does happiness look like? They say they want a better life, but what specifically needs to improve? You cannot hit a target you cannot see. Clarity is power. The clearer your vision, the stronger your focus becomes. Take time to define your goals. Be specific. Know what you want. Know why you want it. Know what achieving it would mean for your life. Your goals should excite you. They should inspire you. They should pull you forward even when obstacles appear. Once you have clarity, you must learn to believe that your goals are possible. Many people sabotage themselves because they do not believe they deserve success. Deep down, they doubt their abilities. They doubt their potential. They doubt their worth. But your beliefs shape your actions. If you believe success is impossible, you will act accordingly. If you believe growth is possible, you will take different actions. Your mind is constantly listening to the story you tell yourself. If your story is filled with limitations, your results will reflect those limitations. If your story is filled with possibility, your actions will expand accordingly. Therefore, become aware of your inner dialogue. Pay attention to the words you repeat every day. Stop saying, "I can't." Stop saying, "I'm not good enough." Stop saying, "People like me never succeed." Replace those thoughts with empowering beliefs. Tell yourself, "I am learning." Tell yourself, "I am growing." Tell yourself, "I am capable of improvement." Tell yourself, "I can find a way." The quality of your life is strongly connected to the quality of your thoughts. Another principle of success is taking full responsibility for your environment. Your environment influences your behavior more than you realize. The people around you affect your standards. The content you consume affects your mindset. The conversations you participate in affect your beliefs.
If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, doubt, excuses, and complaints, it becomes difficult to maintain a positive vision. But if you surround yourself with growth-minded individuals, ambitious thinkers, inspiring ideas, and empowering information, your perspective begins to expand. Protect your mind, guard your focus, be intentional about what enters your mental world. Feed your mind with knowledge, encouragement, and possibility. Remember that your future is shaped not only by what you do, but also by what you repeatedly expose yourself to. Success is an inside-out process. Before the external results appear, internal transformation must occur. Before you become successful in the world, you must become successful in your habits. Before you lead others, you must lead yourself. Before you create extraordinary results, you must develop extraordinary discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is self-respect in action. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want right now. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. Every time you choose discipline, you strengthen your character. Every time you choose discipline, you move closer to the person you want to become. The greatest investment you will ever make is the investment you make in yourself. Your skills can grow, your knowledge can grow, your confidence can grow, your opportunities can grow. Never stop learning, never stop improving, never challenge yourself to become better than you were yesterday, because the person you become is ultimately more important than any achievement you obtain. Success is not only about reaching a destination. Success is about transformation. It is about becoming stronger, wiser, more resilient, more focused, and more capable through the journey. And today, that journey begins with a decision to stop making excuses, a decision to stop waiting, a decision to stop doubting your potential, a decision to take ownership of your future, a decision to believe that your best days are still ahead of you. Right now, as you listen to these words, make that decision. Decide that you will no longer live below your potential. Decide that you will no longer allow fear to control your actions. Decide that you will no longer let temporary obstacles define your future. Because you are capable of more than you realize, stronger than you think, and closer to your breakthrough than you imagine. The journey will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. And the first step toward an extraordinary life is taken the moment you decide that your future will be created by intention rather than by chance.
Once that decision has been made, everything begins to shift. Not because the world suddenly changes overnight, but because you change. And when you change, the way you see the world changes. The opportunities that once seemed invisible begin to appear. The possibilities that once felt impossible begin to feel attainable. The challenges that once intimidated you begin to look like opportunities for growth. This is the hidden power of personal responsibility. It transforms you from a spectator into a creator. Most people spend their lives reacting to circumstances. They wake up and react to problems. They react to criticism. They react to setbacks. They react to fear. But successful people operate differently. They become proactive instead of reactive. They choose their responses. They understand that while they cannot always control what happens to them, they can always control how they respond. And that response determines the direction of their future. Imagine two people facing the same obstacle. One person sees the obstacle as proof that success is impossible. The other sees it as proof that growth is necessary. One person quits, the other adapts. One person complains, the other learns. One person remains stuck, the other moves forward. The difference is not the obstacle, the difference is perspective. Perspective has the power to transform challenges into stepping stones. Every successful person you admire has faced rejection. Every successful entrepreneur has experienced failure. Every successful athlete has lost competitions. Every successful leader has encountered criticism. Every successful creator has doubted themselves at some point, yet they continued. They refused to allow temporary setbacks to become permanent limitations. They understood a powerful truth. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Every mistake carries a lesson. Every setback contains valuable information. Every disappointment offers an opportunity to improve. If you fear failure, you will avoid growth. If you embrace learning, failure loses its power over you. The people who achieve extraordinary results are not those who avoid mistakes. They are the people who learn faster from their mistakes. Think about a child learning to walk. The child falls countless times, yet the child does not interpret those falls as evidence of inability. The child simply keeps trying. Imagine if adults approached their goals with the same persistence. Imagine if every setback was viewed as feedback rather than defeat. Imagine how much progress could be made if fear of failure no longer dictated decisions. One of the greatest barriers to success is perfectionism. Perfectionism often disguises itself as high standards, but in reality, it frequently becomes an excuse for inaction. People wait until everything is perfect before they begin. They wait until they know every answer. They wait until they feel completely ready. They wait until every risk disappears. And while they wait, opportunities pass them by. Progress is more important than perfection. Action is more valuable than endless preparation. You do not need perfect conditions to begin. You need courage. You need commitment. You need the willingness to start before you have everything figured out. The path becomes clear as you walk it.
Another principle of success is learning the power of asking. Many people never achieve what they want because they never ask for it. They do not ask for opportunities. They do not ask for support. They do not ask for mentorship. They do not ask questions. They assume rejection before making the request. But successful people understand that asking opens doors.
The answer may sometimes be no, but every no brings you closer to a yes. Every request creates a possibility that did not exist before. The world often rewards those who have the courage to ask. Whether you are pursuing a career opportunity, building a business, seeking guidance, or developing relationships, never underestimate the importance of asking. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is taking action despite fear. Fear will always exist whenever you attempt something meaningful. Fear appears when you step outside your comfort zone. Fear appears when you pursue a dream that matters. Fear appears when you risk failure, criticism, or uncertainty. But fear is not a stop sign. Fear is often a signal that growth is nearby. Every major breakthrough in life exists beyond the boundaries of comfort. If you remain inside your comfort zone forever, your life may feel safe, but it will never reach its full potential. Growth requires discomfort. Success requires expansion. Greatness requires courage. The comfort zone may protect you from failure, but it also protects you from achievement. That is why you must become comfortable being uncomfortable. Learn to welcome challenges. Learn to embrace uncertainty. Learn to move forward even when the outcome is not guaranteed. Because every meaningful accomplishment requires a leap of faith. Another powerful lesson is the importance of visualization. The mind is incredibly powerful. Before athletes perform at the highest level, many mentally rehearse their success. Before speakers step onto a stage, they often visualize delivering a powerful presentation. Before entrepreneurs launch a company, they imagine the impact they want to create. Visualization is not magic, it is preparation. When you repeatedly imagine yourself succeeding, your brain becomes more familiar with that possibility. Your confidence increases, your focus sharpens, your actions become more aligned with your vision. Spend time each day imagining the future you want to create. See it clearly, feel it emotionally, experience it mentally. Let that vision inspire your actions. But remember that visualization without action is merely fantasy. The vision must be supported by daily effort. Dreams become reality when imagination meets disciplined execution. Success is also deeply connected to gratitude. Many people postpone happiness until they achieve a specific goal. They tell themselves they will be happy when they earn more money, achieve a promotion, buy a house, or receive recognition. But happiness does not come from constantly chasing the next milestone. Happiness grows when gratitude becomes a daily practice. Gratitude changes your focus. It shifts attention from what is missing to what is already present. It reminds you of your strengths, your opportunities, your relationships, and your progress. Gratitude does not eliminate ambition. It strengthens it. Because when you appreciate where you are, you develop the energy and perspective needed to continue growing. Every day, take a moment to recognize the blessings already present in your life. Recognize your ability to learn. Recognize your potential. Recognize the opportunities in front of you. Recognize the lessons hidden inside your challenges. Gratitude creates abundance within the mind long before abundance appears in external circumstances. Another critical principle is persistence. Persistence is often the deciding factor between success and failure. Talent matters, intelligence matters, resources matter, but persistence often matters more.
There are countless examples of highly talented individuals who never fulfilled their potential because they gave up too soon. And there are countless examples of ordinary individuals who achieved extraordinary results because they refused to quit. Persistence is the ability to continue despite obstacles. It is the willingness to keep moving forward when progress feels slow. It is the determination to stay committed when others abandon their goals. Success often arrives just beyond the point where most people stop trying. Imagine digging for treasure. You dig day after day without seeing results. Eventually, frustration begins to grow. Doubt begins to appear. You start wondering if the treasure exists at all. Many people stop digging at this moment. They walk away. But what if the treasure was only a few inches away? What if one more effort would have revealed everything they were seeking? Life often works this way. Breakthroughs frequently occur after periods of persistence. Results often appear after long seasons of invisible progress. The challenge is that you rarely know how close you are. That is why persistence is essential. Keep showing up, keep improving, keep learning, keep believing. The effort you invest today may not produce immediate rewards, but it is building a foundation for future success. Another lesson is the importance of taking 100% responsibility for your emotional state. Many people allow external circumstances to control their emotions. A criticism ruins their day. A setback destroys their motivation. An unexpected challenge steals their confidence. But emotional mastery is one of the greatest forms of personal power. This does not mean ignoring emotions. It means learning to manage them effectively. It means recognizing that emotions are temporary experiences, not permanent identities. You are not your fear. You are not your frustration. You are not your disappointment. Those emotions may visit you, but they do not define you. Learn to observe your emotions without becoming controlled by them. Learn to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Emotional intelligence is a skill that can transform every area of life. It improves relationships, it strengthens leadership, it enhances decision-making, it increases resilience.
The strongest individuals are not those who never experience difficult emotions. They are those who know how to navigate them effectively. As you continue your journey, remember that success is not a destination you arrive at once and forever. Success is a process. It is a daily commitment to growth. It is a daily commitment to learning. It is a daily commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. Every day offers a new opportunity to improve. Every day offers a new opportunity to choose courage over comfort, discipline over distraction, action over excuses, and growth over stagnation. And as these choices accumulate, they begin to transform your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who wishes for success. You begin seeing yourself as someone who creates success. You stop identifying as a victim of circumstances. You begin identifying as the architect of your future. And that shift in identity changes everything. Because the most powerful transformation occurs not when your results change, but when you change. The moment you become the person capable of achieving your goals, the goals themselves become inevitable. Continue moving forward. Continue trusting the process. Continue strengthening your mindset. Continue investing in your growth. Because the future you desire is not created in a single moment of inspiration. It is created through thousands of intentional decisions repeated consistently over time. And the next decision you make could be the one that changes everything. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it. And for more such powerful and life-changing content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay happy, stay safe, and keep working on yourself.